on this live first video of the year. Simple. See, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start trying to stream on. Well, today's Tuesday. I'm gonna start trying to stream on Sundays. So I have videos for the weekdays, and then I'll record like a regular video for like Friday. Y'all gonna see the timeline. I'm gonna make it more concrete, but we gonna have a set schedule so you know what I'm gonna upload. I'm not going to disappear on y'all. We on the joint. We on the joint. Need it up. Need it up.
Actually, congrats to everyone that made it and everyone that didn't. All I can say is get better at the game.
Yes, the get better at the game is crazy.
2016. Y'all gonna call me crazy now, but y'all are gonna look back at this video in the next couple of years and be like, I was right. I thought I would do a timeline on everything that happened this year that we actually cared about. Because a lot of these timelines and recaps every year are trash or boring. We cover
talk about it.
Politics, pop culture, memes, social media, entertainment, like always.
Talk about it.
A lot of politics this year, just a heads up. So without further ado, let's go over the 2024 timeline. January 2024. We start off this year with Mickey Mouse becoming public domain. This means that it loses all ability to get copyrighted by Disney and can be used in Want to use it in a horror movie? You can now. Want to use it to sell shirt? You can now. Want to use it in a corn film? You can now. The only catch is it's the oldest version of Mickey Mouse and not the newest one everybody's accustomed to. But that didn't stop a bunch of movie directors from making terrible horror movies of it as soon as the character became public domain.
Yep,
it's a ritual at this point for this to happen. Saudi Arabia officially joins BRICS, a group of countries whose goal is to create a currency together to promote economic growth for their nations, which includes Brazil, Russia, India, China.
Some positive type beat. Positive. We love to see it.
UAE, and now Saudi Arabia. Cat Williams shocks the internet by airing out all of Hollywood and exposing them, saying things like
this was crazy. Yo, this man really started the domino effect for 2024. And I heard that this nigga about to do it again for 2025. So God knows what's gonna go wrong, man. Don't see.
Most famous comedians in Hollywood try to gatekeep from other people becoming big. I still like Kevin Hart though, he's pretty funny. Saying
indeed
declined Diddy's invitations to his parties because he knew what was happening. This video has 84 million views.
Damn.
How viral it went. Normal interviews are not getting these type of views. The only other person who can do something like this with an interview is
Michael Jackson.
We're getting demonetized because YouTube hates when I say this guy's name and will immediately do it if I say it. We're just gonna refer to him.
Are you serious?
Harry Lepstein. The Harry Lepstein file.
I didn't even know. I never talked about that man. I kept that on my mouth.
Finally gonna get exposed for being a fraud. The victim says that Harry Lepstein said Bill Clinton likes them young. Nothing we didn't know.
Hey yo. Hey yo. Look, I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I think 2024 is like the longest year where I've like intentionally not been tapped in to like pop culture and what's going on. Not to say that I was like oblivious and unaware, but I was really just focused on my mental, taking care of the fam, and then back up on my feet, getting the channel back up on my feet. And yeah, besides the Kendrick beef, I tuned into that halfway through it. I didn't even, and y'all saw I made like 2 videos on it and I was like, I don't even care about it. You know what I mean? This year for 2024, I wasn't really tapped into media. 2025, I gotta be. I'm about to start treating YouTube like a first job again. Neck ass, nose ass, chin ass.
This track is dissing a lot of rappers, which is like the warm-up of what was to come later on this year. And Nicki Minaj dissed back a couple
I got you. I turned it up.
The winner was determined 5 days after. Elon Musk announces that Neuralink has successfully implanted
the audio's off,
which allows you to do things like control your phone or computer by just thinking. I think my hands work just fine for those tasks, but if y'all want to be test subjects,
how's it now?
Go right ahead. Congress held a hearing against the biggest tech CEOs, which at this point is a yearly ritual. I think this time they passed a record of asking the TikTok CEO, is he Chinese, 1,000 times.
Have you ever been a member of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm Singaporean. No.
Nigga.
Associated or affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party?
No, Senator. Again, I'm Singaporean.
It included the Instagram CEO, Discord CEO, TikTok CEO, Twitter CEO, and Snapchat CEO, questioning them on security concerns and whatnot. UMG pulls off its music catalog on
Y'all should hear it now. I mean, I hear it on my end.
And for y'all that don't know, UMG owns every artist that you listen to. I'm not even joking. This is the tippity-toppity of monopolies. Between both the companies,
so we're getting the 2024 recap, man. GabelTin recap coming.
Music was just a bit more.
I'll say like the first or second
the
week.
memes of this month were
Stop the cap.
things like Low Taper Fade Ninja, Stanley Cup, Side Eye Cat, and Blacker Chinese. February 2024. This month started off weird. Pictures went viral on Twitter.
Blacker Chinese is crazy.
Taylor Swift nudes. People was passing these pictures around freely like a blunt rotation.
I forgot about
They
that.
all the accounts with the pictures.
Bruh.
Right after this happened, U.S. lawmakers proposed a bill. The act would be a civil right of action for victims of these type of AI images and allow victims to collect financial damages for it. On one hand, this is a great and amazing law, but you're telling me it took the government years to do this and they only cared about this problem when it happened to a billionaire celebrity? When this has been going on for years for different women around the world?
That's the government for y'all.
My taxes are definitely going. Vince McMahon is investigated for sex trafficking allegations. He already stepped down as the CEO of WWE in 2022 because of internal investigations, but now the government is on his case. And when the government enters your case, most of the time it's GG's. Aiden Ross got scammed by 21 Savage live on stream in front of tens of thousands.
I forgot about this.
I don't know.
Yo! What happened in 2024?
Oh, Drake's meat also leaked this month. Feel like this is a very important note of history.
Drake weird for that. That nigga really leaked his own shit, man. That nigga weird.
Semi-soft in that bit. Alright, you know what? I'm getting into too much detail. Joe Rogan signs a Spotify deal worth $250 million.
I don't even care about that, man.
Expensive podcast deal in history. If the deal should have been worth that much is really up to your interpretation.
But at this point, I think I don't know if podcasts are gonna survive in 2024, but we're gonna see. We gonna see. When I mean.
See if you can find that.
King Charles
Hey, yo. When I mean podcast, I mean like your average podcast, not the popular podcasts. I've been podcasting for years. I'm talking about
Super Bowl, giving them 2 wins in a row. It set a record as the most watched TV broadcast in U.S. history with 123.7 million viewers.
Y'all jacking the Commanders Commanders versus Ravens for Super Bowl. You know, I know y'all seen the Commanders doing well. You know what I'm saying? On team, you know what I'm saying?
Sony buys Michael Jackson's catalog, acquiring a 50% stake in it for at least $600 million.
When is this?
The worst news, considering MJ was fighting them over taking advantage of it. And when he dies years later, that's when they want to make the purchase. The YouTuber Too Mad passes away. Considering he wasn't really a good guy, a lot of the internet just clowned him. Donald Trump gets fined $354 million for fraudulent business practices in a court ruling, and his 2 sons get fined $4 million as well. Diddy faces a lawsuit accusing him of sexual harassment and assault by Lil Raw Jones. This is one of the first lawsuits that kicked off that whole thing this year of Diddy getting tracked.
Bro, them AI videos were scary, bro, with the music. I hated them videos.
I had the dates wrong all this time. Diddy, come on out.
The memes of this month were
Hey yo!
Apple Vision Pro and Taylor Swift Jet. March 2020.
Hey yo!
Crashing out this month and spiraling on the internet. On his Instagram story, he posted a cryptic, devilish message.
I remember that. Nah, I rebuked that. I remember that. That nigga was off some shit.
Raped in a forest, and he has proof of it, and started tweeting out saying if they kill him, he didn't do it himself. To this day, people still don't know why he was wilding like this.
Yeah, man, just rub that shit out under the carpet.
And even he said himself that was why. But is it not kind of up to say you have proof of things like that in the name of promoting a fight? And it came out
and then never put it out.
Performance-enhancing drugs anyways, and the fight got overturned. So all those shenanigans to get people hyped up to watch, just for him to get scared and take some drugs to win the same. Probably the weirdest thing that happened this year in the sports world. LeBron James becomes the first NBA player to score 40,000 points. And no matter how much the heads and punks complain about it, he is indeed the best NBA player of all time. Thank you.
Yeah, that man's the GOAT.
The creator of Dragon Ball.
Oh my gosh! Rest in peace, Toriyama, man. He made all of our childhoods. lot of people, Dragon Ball was the first anime that got them into anime. Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama, man.
As if the cartel stopped fighting for a day in honor
Hopefully
of his legacy.
Toei treats
Definitely one of
his
the most tragic
baby
incidents.
right, man.
Rest in peace to the goat. The Dubai Mall becomes the most visited place on Earth with a record 105 million visitors. Robert
Damn.
Downey Jr. wins his first Oscar for his support role in Oppenheimer, which is how you know these award shows are a scam.
What the fuck? How did he not win for Iron Man?
Marvel for like a decade. I guess better late than never. Andrew Tate gets
Shit.
arrested again. Andrew Tate in the big 2024, or should I say 2025 now? Like, can I just know if they're innocent or not? I swear, I still don't know. The U.S. House passes a bill to ban TikTok, and the vote was pretty much a landslide. 352 agreed and 65 disagreed.
I don't think a lot of people are aware, because I was thinking about it and I did my research. They're not, when they say they're gonna ban TikTok, they're not gonna delete it from your phone. I mean, probably most people know it's 2025. Most teens are smart. I think they're not gonna delete TikTok off your phone. They're just gonna take it off, remove it from the Apple Store and Google Play Store for America. So stop getting updates. And when TikTok keeps updating for all these other countries, slowly it's gonna break the app because they're not getting the crucial updates they need. And then boom, TikTok won't even work no more within a couple months or within a year.
Republicans and Democrats never get together on anything, so that's how you know they serious this time. For y'all watching in the future, did it get banned, or was it another time of them saying it and absolutely doing it?
As opposed to at the what, the 9th or 14, 19?
To endorse him. Vladimir
We don't know.
Putin gets re-elected as the president of Russia.
Trump said he wanted TikTok. He likes TikTok, so
which will make him the longest-serving leader of Russia, overtaking Joseph Stalin. If you ask me personally, I think this was one of the most fair elections to ever take place. It's not like he arrested his main competitor and jailed him. Then when he died, it was deemed under suspicious circumstances. He wanted fair and square. Fair and square. Seriously, is there anything Russians can even do? The Quiet on Set documentary releases, revealing how messed up Nickelodeon Studios was run in the freaking nature of
I never got to watch that. I wanted to watch that.
The main thing revealed was that Dan Schneider wrote R-rated jokes and shows on purpose. That must be a real shocker to everyone. That the work environment was toxic and Dan underpaid female writers. The biggest
I love these shows, man, but there were certain jokes he made in them shows, like, especially with the feet stuff. I'll be like, why are they doing this? Ugh, this is not even funny. This is nasty.
Drake Bell was SA'd by a dialogue coach who worked there named Brian Peck. And when it came time for Brian Peck's trial, a bunch of celebrities and people in the industry wrote letters to give him support. You're better off throwing kids in a den of lions than throwing them in Hollywood and them survive. As a child actor, your parents use you and don't really care. And the whole industry is just full of degenerates who never get checked. Like that from Future's album releases, igniting the start of the rap civil war. Kendrick Lamar did
that was in March?
Saying it's just Big Me, throwing the first jab at them and seeing what they respond to. P. Diddy's home gets raided by federal agents. Sam Bankman-Fried gets sentenced to 25 years in prison.
Damn!
Of multiple fraudulent schemes. Godzilla x King Kong releases. Is the X supposed to be
I haven't even watched that movie yet. There's so many movies I need to catch up on.
He
didn't even watch the movie either!
571 million made worldwide. And memes of this month were things like
I ain't gonna lie, I've been off movies for like a minute, bro. I think I watched like 2 movies in total this year. No, maybe just 1. I think I only watched Transformers 1. Everything else, I missed. I ain't got my Netflix. I ain't got my Netflix. I ain't got no HBO Max. I ain't got no. Bro, I don't got anything. Paramount Plus, Hulu. I need my back. I'm about to start doing
FN, the Willy Wonka Experience, and the Chick-fil-A Sauce Girl. April 2020.
That's also another reason why I haven't made a lot of videos, because I am not hip to nothing. I've been just focused on myself and working.
O.J. Simpson officially debuts in a cemetery, and as you all know, he went down as a legendary football hero, a man who was proved innocent time and time again. Never heard of fly. I speak for everyone when I say, rest in peace, O.J. Simpson.
He passed away?
Shut your stupid... O.J. said to me that he had a surprise for me, and I genuinely was surprised. I think it was his idea of a joke. And this is it.
Bro, I didn't even know he passed away.
The legendary Detroit sign hits the world and jaws drop after seeing that there are some things out there that can look more depressing than the truth. This thing cost $425,000 to make, by the way. Drake drops his diss track Push-Ups to retaliate against Kendrick Lamar, calling him a midget, saying his fans make excuses for him not dropping.
These are okay songs. They're pretty good songs. Pretty good songs.
That he's dropping too much. Funny to spin back and look at that. He called out The Weeknd, Future, Metro Boomin, Rick Ross, and we sat there.
Metro Boomin, shut your whole ass up, and make some drums, nigga.
Donald Trump's hush money lawsuit trial officially begins. Taylor Swift drops her album The Torture Poets Department.
Never listened to it.
2.6 million units in the first week.
I didn't listen to it.
Actually unbelievable. The second closest artist to get to her sales this year was Kendrick's album GNX that had 319,000 sales.
Yes, sir.
She is running the music industry and there is absolutely nobody even coming close to her. She also became the first artist to have 14 of the top positions on the Billboard.
Damn.
Tesla recalls thousands of Cybertrucks
Maybe I should listen to it.
issue with the gas pedal. And there's been multiple recalls for the car this year due to other issues. Good riddance. I honestly hate every time I see one of these cyberpunk looking cars on the road. The U.S. House of Representatives passed this bill to ban TikTok, but this time they actually gave a date, January 19th, 2025.
There it is.
So
That's
when
the
the time
date.
comes, let me know what happens. My prediction is that getting back. The government better wanted it out since 2020. Ryan Garcia beats Devin Haney in a boxing match. Kendrick Lamar drops his diss track responding to Drake, Euphoria. Saying he's
We remember that, Jack. We remember that. Come on now, we remember that.
Hoes like Sexy Red. Definitely true. And the internet got to debate.
Come on now.
There was no debate really. Everybody knew Euphoria. This is like Hydrogen Bomb versus Coughing Baby, alright? It's not a fight. And the memes of this month were things like with the Sigma, LeBron glazing, and the TikTok Riz party. May 2020.
Bro, I hate what the Sigma, bro. They got my brother. They got my brother. I'm about to give this man great guidance for 2025 because ain't no way I'm about to make this man get influenced by the internet. I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not going for it. I'm not going for it.
Tests positive for using enhancing drugs.
He be playing Roblox. He called himself What the Sigma. He's 45 seconds on Roblox. What?
For a year. Kendrick Lamar drops another diss track, 616 in LA. Main points being that he's telling Drake his inside circle wants to see the downfall, and Kendrick's got an insider saying that memes isn't working and people can pick up on it. Wasn't too much, really, but the very same day, just so we can keep track, this is all the day of May 3rd.
May 3rd.
His main points being that Kendrick's kids aren't his and are actually his best friend's day free, saying Kendrick beats his wife, and saying he begs Fox State to take down Drake's diss track. But then Kendrick drops
Beat the ground! Hey! If y'all been there for the Elder Make sure y'all already know! Well, I'm on that bosses, bro. All you gonna hear is this. That Joe, oh my, yo, that's a beat for a nightmare, bro. That's a domain expansion.
we were really all born in the greatest generation. Witnessing how this night went down was poetic. I'm so glad I was involved in this time of moment.
I'm glad I was involved with that too.
Had some hard moments in it, to the most dark sounding, deepest, and evil.
I'm telling you, bro.
Main points was telling Adonis he feels bad Drake is his dad. Telling Drake he failed for having a son that doesn't respect women. Telling Drake's dad he's an enabler and is why Drake is how he is. Saying Drake only uses black women to hypersexualize and nothing else. And of course, the daughter. Now this is the one thing from Kendrick's whole performance, this beef, that was kinda iffy. To this day, Drake's daughter hasn't been revealed other than rumors, and it definitely would have got leaked.
No, God forbid. Somehow, some way, this nigga leaks out his daughter, or it gets found out much later after the beef ended. It's a wrap. Your career is over, man. Your career. Drake's done. It will be done.
Now. But who knows in the future? It might get revealed. Then the next day, oh my god. This is really amazing. Kendrick drops Not Like Us, having the whole world yell.
Nigga dropped the anthem.
And it ends off, of course, with the Hard Part 6. He would have been better
that
off
shit was
not dropping this at all.
That shit was, bro. I was falling asleep with the reaction. It's up in the channel, bro. Y'all gotta watch that joke.
I couldn't be. I'd be caught by now. Yeah, that killed any shots of him dropping another diss. And that's the whole rap civil war of 2024 music-wise. I'm leaving out certain parts because if I included everything, this whole video would be an hour extra.
Yeah, Metro
Xi
Boomin.
Jinping visits Europe for the first time in 5 years. Maybe we'll get world peace soon, probably not. ByteDance sues to block the US from banning the app, saying it violates free speech rights. Silly TikTok. Little do they know the government cares about free speech. much. Except when it's for something they don't like. The government doesn't even allow China to sell cars here. You think they would let you win a lawsuit on their land? Putin gets inaugurated into office. Not Like Us becomes the #1 Billboard Hot.
There go Tommy Richmond.
So many records, I don't even feel like saying them, but y'all already know it was played everywhere. A video leaks of P. Diddy beating his former wife on camera. We also gotta mention
shit crazy. We don't condone that over here.
Took to come out. It just shows the grip of power.
2016, bro.
2016. And he
2016.
In the video 2 days later.
You cast apology.
Still thought he could salvage his public image. He had to have known it's over, right? Red Lobster files for bankruptcy. The Doge Dog.
Rest in peace, Red Lobster. The fuck is he there?
Trump gets convicted on 34 felony counts in his lawsuit on falsified business records, becoming the first former or sitting U.S. president to have been convicted on criminal charges. And the memes of
and still running, still winning, still here as the president. Crazy word, man.
June 2024. Mexico makes history
there go
by
the Hawk
electing
too.
its first female president. And India
Spit
elected
on that
prime
thing.
minister with one of the biggest elections ever of 642 million votes being casted. Props to them for getting 642 million votes done in a day. And the U.S., for some reason, each state either moves at bullet train speed or is still counting votes a month later. I swear, California just does everything terrible. Joe Biden introduces new restrictions on the border after pressure from the public. Howard University revokes Diddy's honorary degree. How these degrees, from what I see, are just pieces of paper college gives to celebrities for being famous. They really serve no purpose, and I'd be damned if I went to debt only
what?
to get for free because they're famous. Hunter Biden.
Nigga, I thought they got them degree because they actually finished school. You telling me this shit fake? Man, everything fake in Hollywood, bro.
Guilty on all accounts in his felony gun charges case. Jerry West, aka the man who's the symbol of the NBA, sadly passed.
Rest in peace, Jerry West.
The House passes a bill to automatically register any men aged 18 to 26 for draft. They can pass all the bills they want, but when the time comes for a draft, I'll be cooling in a jail cell with my homies. The Celtics beat the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA Finals.
Careful, yo.
The most valuable company in the world, beating Microsoft at $3.34 trillion. I can't even comprehend that type of money or what a company even does with all that type of money. Justin Timberlake gets arrested for driving while intoxicated. This man is worth $250 million, and instead of ordering an Uber or even getting a private driver, he decides to get behind the wheel drunk. He just like me, for real. That's my favorite singer now.
I didn't even know he did that.
24 years. And you just gotta admire their friendship. I mean, look at them. I wish I had a friendship like that. That friendship is with you guys. With you. Travis Scott gets arrested for disorderly conduct. Dr. Disrespect gets exposed as a certified PDF file. For being a gamer, the amount of controversies this man has had is odd. Isn't that hard to sit down and game without cheating on your wife for being a creep? Ever forget
he cheated on his wife?
This image before him coming back thinking it was the hardest thing of all time. He eventually ended up all washed up nobodies, dude. Rumble. The presidential debate takes place, and oh man, it did not disappoint. It did disappoint. It's crazy how fast Biden aged, because even in 2020, he could still throw up jabs. This was so brutal to watch live. He would have been better off just skipping the debate. The Lakers draft Bronny James, and the memes of this month were things like
it's tough, bro. It's tough.
AI vines, Freak Bob, and Let's Go Gambling.
Like I said, bro, I hated the AI vines, man. They're scary, bro. Nah, yeah, I got it.
The Supreme Court rules presidents have broad immunity from prosecution, meaning that presidents can commit certain crimes and not be prosecuted for it. This is a total shame, because United States presidents have totally never committed crimes in the past, and everyone knows they have the cleanest slate in the world. LeBron James signs a 2-year, $104 million contract to play for the Lakers. Keir Starmer becomes the UK Prime Minister. John Cena announces his retirement from the WWE in 2025. The amount of people that broke all types of bones trying to do John Cena wrestling moves in their rooms will never be forgotten. John, your legacy will never be forgotten. The Twitch streamer Sketch had a slight past mistake leaked by somebody. Some people were mad at him for some reason at the time, and it became this huge story.
I forgot about that.
Of people talking about it. He came on stream eventually to talk about it and responded in a pretty good way. But the fact that
I don't know if people still talk about it in his chat, but like, that just goes to show, no matter what you do, niggas will talk about it for like 2 weeks to a month tops. And it's gone. Oh, it's not gone, but no one's not going to talk about it.
What are you doing, bro? I know you get no hoes. Eminem
was
released
just
his
trying to make stupid
album
ass
The Death of
jokes.
Slim Shady, selling 281,000 copies first week and killing off his iconic character.
Rest in peace, Slim Shady, man.
Whether you like M or not, Eminem had some bangers with Slim Shady back in the day. All AT&T customers' data gets exposed in a data breach. Donald Trump gives a nice speech to his supporters. Nothing totally happens to him. Nah, I'm just kidding. He got shot. We gotta talk about how wild the 2024 election was. Like, well, was it really this serious?
Bro, I got AT&T, man. What the
will ever go down like this ever. And social media got set ablaze from this. There were people who gave messages that political violence shouldn't be allowed.
You know what's crazy?
From it. People like Joe Biden and
nobody talked about this. We talked about it for like 2 to 3 weeks, if not a month. No one talked about the shooting or the second attempt. I think there was even a third attempt, but they stopped it. Like, no, man.
For saying it, and some people did
no,
not.
Man.
Trump also announced his vice president J.D. Vance in the next upcoming days. Joe Biden tests positive for COVID-19. COVID fell the off. How do you catch it 4 years later after its peak? Biden
That's why I'm
so much at this point. I don't think anything can take him out.
Bro, there was someone I was talking to that caught COVID
age, so yeah,
from traveling. Like,
I don't want to get great or something.
Bro, how do you catch COVID in 2021, man?
Disliked music video by
you didn't get your vaccines?
2024 by a pretty good amount too. It's a skill to do.
Joe
Biden drops out the presidential race.
2 million people was watching this shit.
Every interview for the past 4 years, trying to learn how to walk up steps and lying to the public, telling people he's in perfect fine shape for an old man. He made the decision on July 21st, 2024, immediately endorsing his vice president Kamala Harris right after. If Joe knew she was gonna do things like get Megan Thee Stallion to twerk for votes and Cardi B to speak, he would have locked in and changed his mind. Chris Tyson steps away from Mr. Beast's team after allegations of grooming.
This was a very unique election, I'm not gonna lie.
Time it was, but now it's confirmed true. Y'all already know. And Mr.
Basically
Beast's
a popularity
image just hasn't
contest.
fully recovered from this. Right after these allegations, it felt like it just kept getting worse and worse, and there was no stopping it. Just more allegations on Mr. Beast and everybody on his team. Mr. Beast's public likability stocks at the only 100 million views, Mr. Beast, it's time to put the frost in that. Inside Out 2 becomes the highest grossing animated film in history, making $1.46 billion globally. The 2024 Summer Olympics.
Still haven't watched that
I
either.
usually don't care about the Olympics, but this year's had so many memes. The Turkish shooter guy was probably the biggest one, and the whole shooting competition just looked cold to me. Robert Downey Jr. is officially announced to be returning to Marvel. He was announced to be playing Dr. Doom in the next 2 Avengers movies. I feel like this just kills the moment when he died in Endgame.
High key.
So hopefully it's good.
We'll see. We don't let Marvel cook. We'll see. They literally hit or miss with every movie. So
$35 trillion. I still want to know who we owe money to. It seems like we sent money to every other country. And the memes of this
That's what I'm saying.
Like Rat Summer, Donald Trump shot.
I don't know what the hell Brat Summer is.
August 2020.
I mean, I think I did.
Aiden Ross with Donald Trump being the first ever president to hop on
that
the street.
did happen
Kinda
this year.
Wow.
That felt like last year. Last year.
Which, go follow, please. Kamala Harris announces her vice president pick Tim Walz. Susan Wojcicki, the former CEO of YouTube, sadly passed away. She was one of the main
Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Susan Wojcicki.
Give me a platform to be creative.
Olympics officially wraps up with athletes breaking 30.
Damn, she died too, bro. I'm really thinking about this shit now.
The social security number of every American gets stolen in a hack. My question is, how is it even possible to do that? And did y'all know this even happened? Like, your probably going. Is our stuff that badly protected where you can take all of it in one sitting? Hey, all I know is I haven't been hit yet, so don't get any ideas, guys. Ronaldo breaks the world record for the fastest growing YouTube channel. Getting 1 million subs in less than 90 minutes. 10 million subs by the end of the day. 30 million subs in 2 days. And 50 million subs in under a week. I don't know how many people don't have Ronaldo as the most famous person on the planet right now, but if you don't, then this should certify that you gotta change. The editing style on his
trying to give a shout out.
Still pretty, very commercialized. But this could be the man that passes the almighty Mr. Beast hold on YouTube. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., probably the biggest independent U.S. candidate in recent times, drops out the presidential race to endorse Donald Trump. Justin and Hailey Bieber have their first kid. Shout out Justin for holding down my childhood with me. Feels like I'm truly getting old. The Brazilian Supreme Court shuts down Twitter in the country. Apparently this was due to disinformation being spread about the country. They lost the argument when they said false false information on the app. Like, buddy, why do you think people have Twitter? To get fed lies and see people argue about things no one ever made an argument for in the first place. And the memes of this month were things like Turkish pistol shooter, Rainbow Dolphin, and Very Demir.
The fuck is Rainbow Dolphin?
Sabrina Carpenter debuts #1 with her album Short and Sweet. Pretty big album for the year, but her tours be freaky as hell for some reason. Like, who's telling her to do all that for her songs? Rich homie Quan sadly passed away from an accidental drug overdose. Man had a legendary
rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace. Selena Gomez officially becomes a billionaire, mainly making money from her company Rare Beauty. It seems like it's a cheat code to become a billionaire now if you were an already famous celebrity and start any company. Guess I'll have to eventually do that, right guys? You guys would buy it, right? Nick Avocado goes from the fattest man on earth to the skinniest overnight. I would have predicted really
yo, this man was really playing 3D chess.
One day and Nick wasn't fat anymore. It seemed like it was written in prophecy for him to be obese for life. If you're fat now, you got no excuse.
For real.
On that treadmill in 2025. Kendrick Lamar gets announced as a Super Bowl halftime show artist. Sadly, James Earl Jones passes away, known for playing famous characters like Darth Vader and Mufasa. Rest in peace. The Minecraft movie trailer drops. It was definitely a movie trailer.
Help Steve.
Not the best reception for people, but we'll see how good it is when it comes out. The debate between Trump versus Kamala Harris takes place. This year was so exhausting because why do we have 2 presidential debates? One is already too much for everyone, but one comment stood out from the whole debate.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame.
Really, Nick? Just save Bolt and Brian Griffin and we good. After that, they can chop away all they want. Tito Jackson, a member of the Jackson 5, sadly passes away. It comes out that Diddy was losing legends. Freak-offs. Lotion or lube don't cut it anymore, so you gotta bring out the maximum efficiency products. And that's what he chose. Telegram now has to share IP addresses and phone numbers to authorities if law enforcement requested. This is a huge change if you don't know, because Telegram was built on keeping everything totally encrypted, which is why every drug dealer in the book was using it. So it might be over for them. They'll have to go back to the boring dark web. I wish I did it. I would have loved to thank you for shopping your message from a drug dealer after getting something. It sucks I can't anymore. That's a joke. I've never bought a single illicit substance in my life. Kmart closes its last major store in the U.S. If you're still shopping at Kmart, then
shout out to Kmart.
Hits Florida. And memes of this month were things like Nick Avocado's weight loss, Minecraft movie trailer, Henry Danger side eye, Diddy arrested.
Henry Danger was a good meme.
October.
Hey, I'm just a chill guy.
Disagreements about the
that shit came out in fucking. Hold on, that shit came. What is this? I told you, that shit came out in September.
Like I thought this was gonna happen in the future, 2099 or something. But our generation got to deal with this too. The Joker 2 releases, proving to people that Lady Gaga should stick to singing. The difference between the first movie and second for reviews doesn't even seem real. Lizzo reveals her weight loss to the public. She's been sharing TikToks of her working out, and it's definitely been working. It's like we losing all the fat celebrities to Ozempic or them actually caring about their bodies. Eminem
I like the second option.
Grandfather. Hurricane Milton hits Florida, and the hurricane was pretty powerful, leaving places messed up. But the way they described this online and on the news, you would think Moses would have been able to part the sea. Like, did we really need to be doing all this in preparation for this storm?
It completely closed out. The first floors of homes and businesses, and the only way to stay back
damn.
is the higher floor of a building. Now, unfortunately, there are going to be places that get more than 6 feet of storm surge flooding. Imagine this, 9 feet, even beyond, of flooding inundation. This is practically
damn.
Young Philly gets arrested over rape allegations. He's a part of some pretty big groups like Beta Squad and affiliated with the Sidemen. Nothing's confirmed as of yet, but all we know is he paid bail and is waiting trial. Twitter officially returns back to Brazil. They wasted no time. They must have been protesting like crazy in the streets. The Weeknd hits a record 120 million Spotify monthly listeners, breaking his own record. Tesla holds an event and reveals a bunch of its new technology hitting the streets. A robot taxi that automatically drives itself with no user input.
Nah, I don't know about that one, Chief.
And an actual robot that can communicate back and forth with humans.
Why are they making this? Why?
For actual robots. robots.
For real,
The
like,
release of
why?
them is in the time frame of us being predicted to being able to have robots, and it seems like it's gonna fulfill that dream. If you're a freak, then you should be jumping with joy. At
Hey,
first,
yo.
people thought the robots were fully communicating off the videos with no control, but it came out that people are actually controlling the robots still. Might be a while until this still. One day.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that.
One day. Abu Dhabi gets
Hey,
crowned the
yo.
richest city in the world with an estimated capital of $1.7 trillion. When every cop drives a Lamborghini, that shouldn't be a surprise. The Federal Trade Commission announces its final click to cancel, making it easier for consumers to cancel subscriptions and memberships, and not having to learn Minecraft enchantment table terminology to do it. Gyms are definitely after this. Sadly, Liam Payne passed away from falling off a balcony.
Rest in peace.
Trump, with the fries in the bag. This video would
I mean, I know he worked at McDonald's and stuff, but I wasn't really paying attention to that.
went platinum in the streets.
Yo!
LeBron and Bronny James become the first father-son duo to play in an NBA game. I know people got their complaints about Bronny, but no one.
Niggas had their memes, bruh. Hey man, I heard someone on the team hating your moms.
Russia finds YouTube 2.5.
For those who just joined, welcome to the chat, welcome to the chat, welcome to the stream,
And if
welcome
you
to
want
the
to know
stream,
how
welcome to
that
the media.
number looks, it looks like this. YouTube wouldn't even be able to pay the fine because it's more money than the total amount of money on Earth.
Hold up.
Russia fines YouTube 2.5 decillion for banning it in the country. And if you want to know how that number looks, it looks like this. YouTube wouldn't even be able to pay the fine because it's more money than the total amount
Is
of
that even
money on
allowed?
Earth. So Russians, you guys got to be stuck with Vimeo for now. Sorry for your loss. Young Thug gets officially free
That's
from
tough.
jail. I thought we were getting 3 years of GTA 6 before this would happen. But magically this month, the unthinkable was achieved. He has to complete 15 years of probation and do community service, and give presentations to kids against gang violence. No one knows when he's going to hit the studio again, but when he does, I think he'll be rapping like this.
I respect women when I'm on my feet. I take them to the park. I'm maybe
Themes of this month were things like KSI thick of it, Elon Musk jumping, Trump fries in the bag, I like my cheese drippy bruh, winter art, and still water. November 2024. Apple surpasses $2 trillion in iPhone sales, showing no matter how many times they release the same phone every year, people will be dumb enough to buy it every time. China announces it's
Selling my 14 Pro.
hypersonic plane. It'll be able to go 3,069 miles per hour and can travel around the whole world in 7 hours. Any bird in the sky is getting disintegrated instantly. I'm
Not
good
for
on
real.
a normal plane. That's fast enough for me. Margaret Robbie gives birth to her first child. Sadly,
I don't
Quincy
care about
Jones
that one,
passed
I'm not
away.
gonna lie.
One of the most legendary producers ever and known for producing Michael Jackson's biggest albums. Rest in peace. Donald Trump wins
Rest
the
in peace,
election,
man.
finally ending the most intense election in United States history. People fought with friends, family, strangers, and anybody around them.
He was ready
It was
to
also the most
drop people for
expensive
life.
election in history, spending a total of $15.9 billion.
But ladies and gentlemen, that is where your tax money is going. For endorsing elections, not for the people. Crazy work.
All that money and seeing the way both campaigns turned out, I would have thought it was $1 million max. Bitcoin also soared in price this month after the election. Crypto bros might officially be back, and crypto scams too. Beyonce becomes the most nominated artist in Grammy history, gaining a total of 99 nominations. Kai Cenat breaks the Twitch record for the most subs on Twitch. You better watch out, Kai, because best believe I'm coming for you. I'm not too far off that. Did I ever mention that stream, guys? Joe Biden and Donald
I
Trump.
stream too, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I stream too. You know
The
what
fight
I'm
of the
saying?
century happened.
I gotta type
Jake
into
Paul
that.
versus Mike Tyson. I would have been better off to learn the outcome after than watching.
I'm sorry I've been eating this whole
fight
video,
live.
man. I just got off
never
work.
have to experience a Jake Paul boxing match ever again. But for historical reference, Jake Paul did. Shocking.
Man, that fight. You can't tell me Mike wasn't trying to go all out, man. I can't tell me because the first two front punches he threw had Jake shaking, and he had to keep grabbing him to talk in his ear. Like, there's no way, bro. I'm sorry.
Malcolm X's family sues the FBI, CIA, and New York police in a $100 million federal lawsuit. They accuse them of letting his murder play out. The U.S. Pentagon fails its 7th audit in a row, saying they couldn't account for $824 billion. Crazy how as a citizen, if you miss a dime on paying your taxes, you get 10 years of prison. Meanwhile, our own government can't even do their own get a pat on the ass. They gotta start giving them penalties for this, or people aren't gonna keep taking this. NBA YoungBoy gets sentenced to 2 years in prison. Colombia bans child marriage.
That's not funny. It's just the way he looks, bro.
The worst part about this is they tried 8 times previously and failed. If your government officials are this sick, you gotta leave the country. Kendrick Lamar drops a surprise album, GNX, selling 319,000 copies first week and debut.
Amazing album.
Credit card debt in the U.S. reaches $1.17 trillion. Cheating
Lord.
is officially no longer considered a crime in New York. A lot of happy relationships are going to be broken up very soon because of that. Drake files a lawsuit against UMG for allegations of helping Kendrick Lamar win the beef. Now, I'm not going to go into full detail of this because it's way too much, but technically Drake isn't suing Kendrick, he's suing his music distributor that they're both under. UMG said, if you're gonna sue us though, we're gonna sue Kendrick because we're not getting involved. We're gonna have to see where this goes, because if Drake loses this lawsuit, it's just embarrassing. Like, how do you lose a beef suit?
If he loses, his career's over, hands down. It's like he really brought the law to a beef, to a rap beef.
To say he
like,
didn't
bro,
win it
career's
then
done.
lose the lawsuit. Australia bans social media for anyone under 16. I don't think it's even possible to enforce something like this. If it's under 18, then you could easily just say you need an ID to sign up, but 16 and under is a weird age because you can't really ask for the ID. Australian kids going through it right now though. And memes of this month were things like Chill Guy, The Rizzler, I Understand It Now.
I understand it now, yes sir.
December 2024. Joe Biden pardons his son Hunter Biden over his federal trial. I think anyone would do that if they were president, to be honest.
Yeah.
Shoot, my homie could be a serial killer and I'm pardoning him. The CEO of a major healthcare company, United Healthcare, got pew-pewed on the street. He probably thought his legacy was going to go down as great, hard-working guy who built his way to the top. Meanwhile, his killer's getting Hawaii edits and he's getting laughed at. CEOs is cooked for the future after this.
We're cooked. Niggas really this.
Oxford's word of the year. Mr. Beast announces he'll run for president when he's 50 or 60. Imagine he gets in the White House and he does YouTube vids instead of anything. I put 100 illegal immigrants in a circle and whoever wins gets a green card.
Hey, yo!
Bitcoin reaches an all-time high of $100,000. Federal appeals court upholds that TikTok has to be sold to a U.S. company or will be banned on January 19th. The Notre Dame Cathedral officially reopens after its fire in 2019, welcoming world leaders around the world for the reopening. Jay-Z is accused of raping a 13-year-old girl in a civil lawsuit with Diddy. Nothing's confirmed as of yet, but having a lawsuit even filed against you like this is wild. Taylor Swift ends her 21-month Eras tour, making $2 billion total on the tour. I don't gotta tell you that's the highest earning tour ever. Should be.
Yeah.
Chipotle raises its prices 2% due to inflation, and they also lower their chicken giving percentage by 10%. Nah, that's cap. But every year, I think they actually do that without telling customers. The man who packed the United Healthcare CEO is officially arrested. Crazy how they can work this fast for a killer as soon as they hit someone rich, but take years to solve a murder case. Epic Games is forced to refund $72 million to players due to unlawful billing practices. MGK and Megan Fox break up, doing all that drinking each other's blood only to split up is pretty embarrassing. Whoever else they get with after is always gonna know they drank their ex's blood and have it in their thoughts. Yeah. Tokyo mandates a 4-day work week to its government employees due to declining birth rates. AKA, they want less working and more working. Elon Musk becomes the first person to reach a $400 billion net worth. Donald Trump is named Times Person of the Year. I'm up next. Trust the process. Stanley Cup recalls 2.6 million mugs after faulty cups. The fact that people were going crazy for them in the beginning of the year, only for them to potentially have to return it back, is hilarious. LeBron decides to step away from the Lakers for personal reasons. People are making rumors saying he's washed or it's over, but I don't tolerate any disrespect for the king. Hot Ones gets sold for $82.5 million. 12 unreleased Michael Jackson tapes are discovered in a California store. But I don't tolerate any disrespect for the king. Hot Ones gets sold for $82.5 million. 12 unreleased Michael Jackson tapes are discovered in a California storage unit. Starting off 2025 with new MJ music would be peak. The Federal Trade Commission bans hidden junk fees on any live ticket events and short-term lodging, requiring companies to actually disclose the full price up front. You get one government. One W. The new Superman trailer releases. They got this man Clark Kent looking like a TikTok e-boy. Come on. But overall, people like the trailer. Party City shuts down all of its stores after 40 years. Probably the last time anybody's ever been to a Party City. And memes of this month were things like the CEO assassination. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of 2024. It was a wild ride this year, but at least we all made it. By the way, if the last 2 weeks or so don't have tracking, I simply couldn't because I'm doing this early and I won't have time to add everything last minute. Sorry about that. I thank all y'all for watching and supporting me this year. We only going up. Make sure y'all check out all my channels, and I also stream too. Very important. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
You trying to join with me? That was the time up for 2024, y'all. No. I don't know what to tell y'all. Like I said, I was not tapped into 2024 like I have been with any other years. I've just been focusing on me, my money, my health, my mental health. A lot of this shit was a shock to me. But yeah, this year is going to be different because I have to for being a consistent content creator. So we're going to see what this year holds. And the 2024 compilation for GabelTin is coming real soon. Give it a couple days. It's a lot. It's a lot of footage, I'm not gonna lie. But hey, for the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more content. Yo boy, stay true to the light within you. Welcome to 2025.